What's going on, guys? So today on this SHOKY review, we're going to take a look at another Black Series figure from Hasbro, of course, Star Wars. And I have never, ever seen this really strange-looking gold robot before. I have no clue whatsoever what he is. You know I'm just messing with you. So, we got C-3PO, which I think C-3PO has been in every single movie. Possibly R2-D2. Yes. I think they do right. Anyways, so we got Star Wars, the Black Series. You've got C-3PO right here in his little plastic prison, looking all gold and silvery. This, of course, has his little silver leg down there. Nice little artist rendition right there. C-3PO, age, Idadi, 4+. So, yay for young people who can have toys. Now, this is a Walgreens exclusive, so there's not going to be a number up here. C-3PO, yay for that. And we got to read up here. C-3PO is a droid program for etiquette and protocol. Over the years, he's involved in some of the galaxy's most thrilling battles and flew into more than 7 million forms of communication. Except for a couple that kind of get in his way. But, yeah. So, first C-3PO figure I've ever had. So, I think he's going to be pretty cool. Though, just looking at him, I'm thinking he's going to have some limited articulation with these elbows. So, that might suck. But let's go ahead and get him out of the box and see how cool he is. And here we have the protocol droid out of the packaging and looking not too bad. He's definitely supposed to be from episode 4, so he's a little bit grungy, not super chromy like we see him later on, like near the end of the series, after everything's over and he gets a nice shiny polish job. And of course he's got the silver leg going on that was never actually explained in the movies, but supposedly that had a bomb in it or something along those lines. Like he was gonna infiltrate the Empire, I guess, and blow everything up. Like they just didn't care that he was a protocol droid, and they're just gonna blow stuff up. Ew. Okay, that was not wiring. That was some crud. I don't even want to know what that was. But it came off, whatever it is. But he does look really nice. Decent metallic paint. You've got wires painted on there in the middle of his torso. I mean, he's C-3PO. He was very, very monotone, obviously, with the exception of the leg. The inside of the hands, I have a little bit of black paint in there. And as I said before, it really sucks that they didn't give him elbow articulation, which I get it to a degree. But, I mean, they really limited his articulation. I think... No, he doesn't have a bicep swivel, so, I mean, the arms are sort of stuck. You get rotation up here, but... Yeah, I was thinking, because I've seen in other toys where they just don't connect the hydraulics to where they're just kind of hanging off, and then they give them the elbow joint that's necessary, but this is really strange in my opinion. I'm going to bring the light down a little bit so I can see how shiny he is. Looks pretty good. All the details you would expect. The only thing he doesn't have is the little... incapacitator bolt thingy that they put on him. I forgot what it's called. It was something bolt. I don't remember. Bad Star Wars fan. But it looks pretty good. Let's come in close on that face. I never realized how much like the Gillman he looks, or the creature from the Black Lagoon. But they got a little bit of the detail on the eye. Try to capture the weird light up way his eyes did, which I think a lot of people probably process. He doesn't even use his eyes technically to see. They're just there to give you something to look at. Little slot for the mouth. His head is mounted on what feels like a ball joint, but very tight. Like you can sort of tilt the head. Got a disc hinge back, forth, so you can only look down about that far, back about that far. Goes all the way around. Pretty cool. He does have a big ball joint in the waist, possibly double, just for that extra articulation. Like, R2. Just whatever. I'm annoying. That's just basically what he always does. If you never actually caught the subtext there, he literally, every word was saying, I'm annoying. The shoulders have a rotation joint, possibly a ball joint right there. The shoulder section right there actually does rotate independently, but you have a disc hinge as well, so almost universal, but you have no bicep swivel. So if you want a high teacher, that is literally as good as it's going to get, because you can't reach any further. But it's not terrible. The hands... Like, actually, you've got this nice molded detail of all the hydraulics and stuff on his body. Even on the hands, have little tiny hydraulics, if it'll even focus. It's focusing on my thumb instead of his hand. But you have a wrist peg of some sort. there, and you have a little disc hinge for that. Apologies for the noise outside, guys. They're still working on the parking lot. So, I mean, he mostly has a bent arm stance at all times, so it's either going to be a waving stance or, well, not waving stance. Basically all he does. Now, I already said the waist, I don't think the waist rotates at all. I think you just get that a little bit, like so. But you get T ball joints down there, T-mounted ball joints. But the way his leg works, you are not getting splits at all. You can get a good kick forward, no kick backward due to his chunky butt. You do get thigh rotation, very Power Rangers-esque, where all the thigh cutout is here and then that rotates. I appreciate that they gave it to you at all because else his legs would be very stagnant. I'm moving back so I can actually see what the heck is happening. Looks good on camera, I'll say that. Single jointed knee, very similar to the way our other big robot buddy looks. Got like the molded detail in there. Everything's exactly the same on the silver leg. Then you come down to the ankle. You got a disc hinge for toe point. Goes up and down. And you've got what is probably a ball joint swivel in there. So he can do some ballerina moves, but not much. But because his limited articulation kind of, you could do that. That's ridiculous. Mostly he's just going to stand there and look stoic and gold for the most part. That's pretty much all you're going to get out of a 3PO. But let's take a look at him next to the previous figure we looked at, and probably the best droid of the series, K2SO. Very different style droid. God, he looks angry. Like the way those eyes are always shaded, he always looks angry. There we go. Tilt his head down. But yeah, so there's your comparison. And then next to Obi-Wan, just kind of like, why are you still here? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about my other little protocol droid. Where did he go? And we've got Wally. Since I don't have an R2, Wally will have to actually like be a good stand-in. So here we'll put the hand on Wally's head as best I can. It's pretty terrible, not gonna lie. Hold on. I think Wally can reach up and hold his hand so we can recreate. There we go. Please don't fall over. He keeps wanting to fall over because I think his ankles or his heels are not directly under his legs. It's so strange. Like he wants to fall over even though he's not back heavy, just top heavy. So there you go. You get that image. Beautiful. All right, Wally, get out of there. So realistically, guys, I picked it up at wobbly leg. Picked him up at Walgreens while everything was on sale, and is a Walgreens exclusive, but you can find them online at a few places like Big Bad Toy Store. Now, I would love to get the red arm version, and I thought that was a thing. Like, I swear I saw a red arm version somewhere, but I have not been able to find it otherwise. But it is what it is. I really wish there was a Black Series R2 that came on his own. I'm going to have to dig through and find the figure that R2 came with, which I assume would be a Luke, but, you know, you never know. But for the most part, that's it. That's the end of this review, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this. If you're a Star Wars fan, I bet you did, at least to a little degree. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up down there. And if you're new here, make sure you go ahead and hit subscribe so I look at fun, nerdy stuff like this pretty much every single day. So always come back. I've got something going on. And of course, I want to thank my patrons, as always, John, Andy, Steve, and Colby. You guys are great. If you want to join the Patreon family and become a patroneer, right there on the screen. I'm going to change that to become a patroneer today. That'd be really fun. Oh, jeez. I'll catch you guys later. Of course, if you want to pick up any Shoky merch, down there in the description. He's just very stoic. Stoic and gold. But I'll catch you guys on the next review. And remember, as always, keep on nerding.